I was done with this series after the fifth one. Fate of the Furious, the eighth installment to the Fast franchise, which I think is just wearing thin right now. They're just trying to make as much money as they can. Each one is making a serious profit, so I guess if it's making money, keep making them until people stop going to see them. But I didn't ask for another Fast movie. The fifth one was probably my favorite one. It probably should have stopped right there. The sixth one was the seventh one was and this one was surprisingly good. Going into this movie, I didn't have a high hopes. I knew I was going to get a lot of action, car chases, ridiculous stunts that cannot be performed by a normal human being. So coming into this movie, I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew I was going to get a big action extravaganza with some story about family. And from the trailer, I see that Dominic did go rogue and turn on his team for whatever reason. But I was really surprised by how much I did like this movie. I would say this is probably the best one since Part 5. So, of course, we know Dominic goes rogue. There's a reason why he has to work with Charlize Theron, who plays the character of Cypher, who's the villain in this movie. He has to work for her. And no, by the way, this is no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a reason why he's working for her. So he has to turn on his team. And Hobbs ends up taking over the role pretty much as the leader of the group. And so now here we have our action heist movie, which was full of great action scenes. The scene which we've seen in the trailer with the submarine and the torpedoes, I thought that was a very well shot, very well executed scene right there. Great popcorn film. Going into this, as you know, turn your brain off. Okay, take physics and just throw it out the window. Take whatever you think is realistic, then throw it out the window. Just expect a good action movie with a lot of good stunts, a lot of fast cars, because I was thinking, okay, each movie that comes along in this franchise pretty much deviates from the original concept, which was fast cars and racing, and the film actually opens up with the race, so I'm like, okay, at least it sticks to its roots somewhat. And another thing that I did like about this film was the fact that we got more of The Rock in this one. In the seventh Fast movie, for whatever reason, The Rock was barely in the movie. You saw him in the beginning when he had the fight with Jason Statham, and then you don't see him again until the very end. So The Rock is pretty much what revived this franchise, so I didn't know why they didn't really utilize him in the seventh movie. But in this one, The Rock is in it a lot. And only thing that's missing from The Rock's character of Hobbs is the S in his chest, because this man is superhuman. I think he must have took some super soldier serum, because this guy is ridiculously strong. He gets shot by rubber bullets. Like I said, I'm not really spoiling nothing, but I'm just letting you know what you're getting in for. The man gets shot with rubber bullets, and the bullets bounce off of him and doesn't phase him at all. Shit like that. But that's just some of the things that The Rock does in this movie. Like, the man is superhuman. He just is a super soldier. Okay, if you put him and Captain America in a room where they had to battle to the death, I don't know who'll win. And Captain America is supposed to be the superhero. Figure that one out. Yeah, and it was great to have the cast all back together again. Tyrese and Ludacris always work good together. You know, Tyrese is always his comic relief, and he does have some great comedic moments in here. Kurt Russell is back as I forgot his name of the character in the movie. I think he goes by just Nobody. I guess he referred to himself as Nobody, and he has a new apprentice now called Little Nobody. And it worked. Like, the characters work. You know, you can tell they're having fun shooting this film. I had really no issues with it, except for some of the ridiculous, far-fetched sequences that happen where, to the average person, to the regular person, they would get killed. But I guess in Fast and Furious world, you can survive shit like driving in a car that's on fire and not get burned up or explode, or have a torpedo shot at you, and with your bare hands you can take the torpedo and guide it somewhere else and blow that shit up. Michelle Rodriguez is getting her ass handed to her, and she's getting thrown through windows and shit, and there's like no blood on her. She's not, you know, busted up or bruised. Like, she'll get thrown through a window and then bounce right back up and start fighting as if nothing happened. And I'm like, okay, you should have like a busted back, or, you know, something. Like, let me see at least a cut on your face or something. But anyways, it's just like stuff like that. But I mean, I'd accepted it for what it was. Okay, it accomplished what it was trying to accomplish. There were no boring parts. I mean, the scenes where, you know, where Vin Diesel was trying to be kind of serious and everything, you know, I guess that's the only thing that slowed the movie down was, I guess the story of why he turned rogue or whatever. And is this somewhat of a twist, even though I did kind of see it coming. But it's pretty predictable. There's nothing about this movie that really surprised me except for one little thing, but I'll let you watch it to figure it out. But overall, dug the movie, good popcorn film, definitely worth the price of admission. I recommend you go see it. Okay, it's definitely kicks off the summer blockbuster season. So I'm gonna go ahead and grade this thing. I will give Fate of the Furious a B-. Okay, not a perfect film, but a good action film. So this is Rashad G signing out. Thank you for watching. More reviews to come. See you in the next video.